just kind of get in and get out. So, okay. I'll read the public notice as I usually do. So, the agency previously provided financial assistance to 1002 Oswego Street LLC, the company, relating to the acquisition of a 7-acre parcel of vacant land formerly known as the Bozzard site, located at 1002 Oswego Street, City of Utica, Oneida County, New York. The land construction construction of the land of on the land of a 20,000 square foot mixed-use commercial and retail building, the commercial improvements and acquisition and installation of machinery and equipment in the commercial improvements, the commercial equipment, for the purpose of the distribution of auto parts and lubricants, and providing a regional headquarters for United Auto Supply, the commercial improvements and the commercial equipment collectively, the commercial facility, and C, the construction on a 2 plus or minus acre out parcel situated on the land of a commercial/retail structure, the retail improvements and the acquisition and installation of machinery and equipment, pardon me, in the retail improvements, retail equipment, all for providing a retail convenience store or other equivalent, retail commercial use, the retail improvements and the retail equipment collectively, the retail facility, and together with the commercial facility, the company, the company leases the facility to the agency, and the agency leases the equipment, leases the facility back to the company pursuant to a lease back agreement dated as of May 1st, 2013. The lease is known as the lease agreement. The company, in turn, subleases portions of the commercial facility to A, United Auto Supply of Syracuse West, Inc., B, United Upstate Cerebral Palsy, and C, Orkin for operation. The company makes payments in lieu of taxes pursuant to a pilot agreement dated as of May 1st, 2013, between the agency and the company, as known as the pilot agreement. The company has applied to the agency to enter into a transaction in which the agency will assist in the construction of a 21,600 plus or minus square foot building, the addition to lease to the UAS sublessee to allow for growth and expansion of the UAS sublessee, to the renovation of the commercial improvements to allow for the expansion of the UCP sublessee, and 3, the acquisition and installation of equipment in the addition and the commercial improvements, the equipment, the addition, and the equipment is referred to as the 2020 facility. And the construction and equipping of the addition and the renovation and equipping of the commercial facility is referred to as the 2020 project. Pardon me. The company will lease the 2020 facility to the agency, and the agency and the company will amend the leaseback agreement to add and include the 2020 facility and the 2020 project. At the end of the lease term, the agency will terminate its leasehold improvement or interest in the facility. The agency contemplates that it will provide financial assistance to the company in the form of exemptions from sales and use taxes on purchases relating to the 2020 project, exemptions from mortgage recording taxes, and reduction of real property taxes on the increased assessment resulting from the 2020 project for a period of 5 years, during which time the company will pay no increased taxes in year 1, 30% of increased taxes in year 2, 40% of increased taxes in year 3, 50% of increased taxes in year 4, and 75% of increased taxes in year 5, which proposed financial assistance is a deviation from the agency's uniform tax exemption policy to be more particularly described in a final authorizing resolution to be adopted by the agency prior to the closing of the transaction herein. Because of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 emergency, we're holding this not in person as we typically would have, but rather through the internet. So generally, I hold the public hearing open for 15 minutes. Obviously, it's only the concerned parties that are actually on the public hearing right now. So I just kind of sit, and if you want to talk about the Buffalo Bills win last night, that was pretty good.
That's right, baby. Too bad that they lost on that Hail Mary, the stupid Cardinals. But we still wouldn't have a chance with Kansas City for the #1 seed. But it's still lose that way.
Right. Yeah. Because otherwise we only lost to the Titans, which are a pretty good team right now. And
yeah, Titans and Kansas City we lost to, and then Arizona.
Yeah,
Josh
that killed me.
What did you say, Bob? You broke up.
He's a better looking quarterback than people thought. I mean, I thought he was doing good. I didn't think he was up in the elite category. He's really up in the elite category right now. He's killing it.
Josh Allen. Yeah. They're. I tell you, that would be outside of getting past the Titans, and I'm hoping somebody knocks them off in the playoffs. But to have a KC Buffalo game, I think you'd have some, just a really well-rounded good game, because it seems like the offense and defense, even special teams yesterday, throwing the crazy pass to
the
first.
Oh, that's perfect.
Who would have thought of it? And I'm sure it took them by quite surprise.
Yeah. No, I actually, after watching Tennessee play Green Bay, I'm not so concerned about Tennessee if Buffalo has the home field advantage and if there's snow and it's cold. Ryan Tannehill looked like dog dung, and Eddie George looked human. So maybe there's something about snow and cold that they don't like. So.
Well, hopefully that plays into our hands. That could be our 12th man this time.
Exactly. Maybe that cocksucker Cuomo will let some fans in the stands for a playoff game.
64
years ago, I had organized a football trip back to Buffalo. I'm originally from Buffalo, so I've got family and stuff there. And so I've organized a trip for the past 3 years. This year would have been the exception. Or we would have still tried to, but I think we would have probably gone to see like the Pittsburgh game. Generally it's in the middle of somewhere in December. So
we actually
a football fan at all.
So I bought season tickets for the Bills this year. I've had SU season tickets forever for basketball and football, but I gave up football because my son was like, "Dad, going to the SU football games suck. They're boring. They blow. Why don't we do the Bills?" So, he's a junior in high school. So I was like, okay, I bought him. So I bought him in the Jim Kelly Club. So where they got the heated infrared. So you're undercover. You got the food out back, So the only good thing about that is I paid for them and they, go to next year. But I was like, figure when Buffalo starts going good, we can't go to a game. So, and then you had great home games from out of conference this year, and it was like, what the frick? The one year that you want it next year, they just actually announced Buffalo's the games that they play next year yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't say if they're home or away, but they announced the divisions and stuff that they'll be playing next year. And the crossovers. I have to find it here. So.
I felt bad for Cam Newton yesterday. He could not get anything going. One touchdown in the past was it 20 quarters or 12 quarters, and yet they hit, and then they missed the extra point too.
Yeah.
So Bill Belichick has got he's got a lot of rebuilding, and hopefully he can last that long.
I was
How many
hoping
more
they'd
years?
fire his ass. 'Cause I can't stand him.
Well, he
Put
is a
that on
good,
the
he is
meeting
a good
minute
coach.
record here. No, I like just to speak. I want everything verbatim. Bill Belichick's a crook. He's a cheater. You know. So when people
Inflated.
go look this up, he couldn't videotape stuff this year. So because people weren't allowed into facilities. See what happens when you can't go videotape stuff, Bob? Bill Belichick is not as good, but when he's allowed into facilities, he can beat anyone.
Who would have thought that the guy that would prove once and for all that Bill Belichick was mortal was Tom Brady, huh?
Yeah.
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 He goes to another
Yeah,
team and
he took away his superpowers, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, and he's got to start. You even, what is the attraction with Brady that they even, Gronkowski comes out of retirement. What did he retired for a year, and then what? He came back to play. Crazy. But yeah, that team was.
He wanted to come back and play for. He didn't want to come back and play for Belichick. He wanted to come back and play with Brady, which says something about Belichick as well.
Right.
So next
that
year,
he-
the Bills. So we're going to give you the Bills' opponents in 2020 will feature the AFC South and NFC South based on the league's rotational schedule. The interconference matchup based on order of finish has the Bills playing the AFC West winner, the Kansas City Chiefs on the road, and the AFC North winners, the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. So that's, again, so the home opponents this next year are going to be Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Houston, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami, New England, and New York. And their road is Kansas City, Jacksonville, Tennessee, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Miami, New England, and New York.
That's a tough schedule. On the road.
I think I'm making a Florida trip next year. 3 games I'm going to go on the road. I'm going to go to Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, and Miami.
Nice.
You can stay in my place in Jacksonville for that one, Trash.
Beautiful. And if Tom Brady's still around, I got to go watch Josh Allen beat that son of a gun down, So, got 2 more minutes. So, what else we want to talk about? Charlie Woods and how great his golf swing is, and he's going to beat his dad, this year. His dad's going to retire because, Charlie whooped his butt.
It's a gorgeous looking golf swing, Trasher. You got to admit that. That is one serious swing for an 11-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was born with it, obviously, and you figure that he's got all the best coaches trying to prep him up, just the same as his dad did too. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trasher wishes he could follow through like that kid can.
Oh, tell me about it. I wish I could just rotate like that. I'd break my back and be on the ground.
I was going to say you'd be a cripple. It's like, just put him in the cart.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob should be one to talk, bringing his little karate chop swing.
I've never had a follow through. I never had a pullback. It's only 3 feet back and 3 feet forward.
Yeah.
Well, when you guys are in town for the grand opening of this or whatever, we should, try to plan it on, like a Friday morning, and then take half a Friday, and go and play 9 holes or something up at Valley View.
Whatever you want to do.
Sounds
I'll
good
do
to
it.
me. What we got like 30 seconds here, but how long do you think for construction, Jim?
They will actually, based on schedule, they like to, get building permit stuff and probably have it done the July, August time period, because I think they'll try to get in there and do foundation work through the winter here. So,
Sure. Yeah,
that's been the game plan, because I know there was a couple other projects they were looking to get going on up here, but with UCP and the lease and all that type of stuff, they need to get going sooner than later. So.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. I'm going to close the public hearing for 1002 project here for the 2020 project. I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. You have a great day. Stay safe over this coming weekend and in general. And we'll talk to you soon. If any of you have any questions on the project, from the IDA standpoint, do not ever hesitate to call me.
Okay, perfect.
See ya.
Thank you, everybody. You have a great day. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.